What is up, guys? Dr.Pep is here. It's so weird how it kind of does that. I don't know if it cut out my voice or anything. It shouldn't have. And welcome to a top 10 video. Now, as you can see, I was too lazy to actually edit, so you can see. I should actually reverse my webcam. You see the one over here? I actually already have a card up there, and I purposely put this card here, just because it's not as important to me as the rest of the cards on this list. So what this video is, and I actually kind of want to pull up something so I don't forget the list. This is the top 10 decks that I love to play so far in 2017. This is in no particular order. I do have to say that because people will think at the very end, like, why the fuck is that your favorite deck? You have all these cool decks on here, and that one's your favorite? I was really lazy. I just did them in, like, order that I ran into them. So we're going to get into the list. Now, I'm going to elaborate on something. This doesn't mean that these are really good decks. These are decks that I had fun making, and playing. These are decks that I personally just love to play, and I am a casual player, so a lot of these decks you probably never going to never even heard of. I do have weird names for them. I'll try to explain them as best as I can per deck and why I like to play them and possibly how I even came up with the idea. And so we're actually going to get into the first one here because it honestly kind of bothers me that it's right there. So the first deck is F.A.M. Now, this is one of my most popular deck profiles on here, and it's my best deck that I actually play consistent. I got to put everything over here. Consistently, it's one of the most decks. It's my most played good deck. If you guys don't know what F.A.M is, it's Frog, Atlantean, Mermails. So it's basically Atlantean, Mermails, and people play that all the time, but I just threw in a few frogs in there to make Tree Toad. Basically just a pretty douchey deck all around. And I do like water monsters, and as you guys can see, I believe we do run into two other water monster decks in this list. So next we have Chain Zark. So I actually came up with this, I believe, 2 days ago. I was talking with Carrot on Skype, which you might call me soon, so I have to make this video somewhat decently quick. And we were looking up fusion cards, and I remember I ran into this, and I was like, holy shit. And so basically what Chain Zark is, and I haven't made a deck profile on this. If you guys do want to see any of these cards that I haven't actually made a deck profile on, let me know down in the comments down below, and I will definitely show off this thing. So it's Infernoid Dark Lords, and I play Dark Lords mainly for draw power and to keep some sort of field presence, because they could keep field presence pretty well. And what you do is you banish 10 Infernities and using Chain Material and Fusion Gate, and you summon its fusion card. Your opponent's hand goes away, and then you send 3 cards to into the graveyard, and after that you activate Fusion Gate again, and then you summon Zark, blow up their fields. Then they have no hand, no field, and they're like, fuck. Well, okay. And then you get Zark's effect, and it goes into the Pendulum Zone, of course. So it's really hard for people to get past that. And I actually really like this deck because it was one of the good decks that is really creative that I haven't really seen anybody play. And so I really like Chain Material. Next up on the list we have. Sorry, I got lazy with editing here, so I just have a bunch of images in a row. Next we have Flippity Floppy, and I gotta give a little background to this one. Flippity Floppy, what it is, at least my version of it, is Subterror Prediction Princess. Basically the Ritual and Cordama, whatever her name is, and Subterrors. Me and Carrot call it Flippity Floppy because he plays pure Prediction Princesses while I play Subterrors. And so the whole thing is everything's just flippity floppity fucking around, and you see my arms moving, not my actual hand. It's flippity floppiting around. It's so close because it's really weird. The camera's like right over here, but it's my face is whatever. So flippity floppity, we kind of just came up with that is going like this all the time. So that's Flippity Floppy. That's really all I could explain. Is really fun deck to play. People kind of get mad when me and him duo deck, but we usually duo deck with pretty shit decks anyways. So yeah. Next is Fishy Fishy, and we call it's legendary fisherman level 3. Fishy Fishy Me and Carrot do this tag duels, and it's like a strictly tag duel deck. You don't have to play it in tag duels. It's actually pretty good. There was this guy in our streams named BB who came in and kind of mentioned that there was a Fisherman level 3. I don't remember how he mentioned that or what reason he mentioned it for, but he mentioned it, and then we made a whole deck based off of it. And it's with the field spell. You normal summon Fisherman. I have Penguins in mine, and I can't remember what he has in his. But it was just an overall generally fun deck to play, especially when if it got really hype because he was playing Ignites with it because it was a warrior. And so he would play these Ignites, shuffle through his deck, basically, place his Pendulum Scales, special summon Fisherman, and he didn't have Fisherman level 3. It got so hype when I pulled Fisherman level 3, and why is somebody calling me? That was really weird. It got real hype, and it was such a general fun time to play a deck and just kind of... And that's what we do during our live streams, which we just kind of play decks and just have a shit ton of fun. And so, yeah. Next off on the list, okay, I have to make sure I don't lose it. Dark Lord, or Earthbound Dark Lords, Dark Lord Immortals, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This deck here, interesting enough, I was looking at the Earthbounds and I was like, wow, these are all really fucking good. You can only control one of them, but who cares? And so I was like, well, how the fuck do I make this? And if you guys have noticed, I play Dark Lords a lot in these decks. Dark Lord Earthbounds worked so well because Dark Lords are high level monsters and they're easily on the field, so you can tribute them. Or I think his name is Emperor or some shit. And that was Carrot actually texting me right now, saying, am I still recording? It's just it was a bitch to deal with for your opponent too, because a lot of the Earthbounds are really fucking good. And I'm not quite sure if I made a deck profile on this. I'm not sure. I came up with this because I saw the Earthbounds, and then somebody told me about the field spell, and I was like, oh shit. And I made it with Dark Lords because I fucking love Dark Lords. That's my favorite deck. Next off, and I hate that I have to fucking do this. Next off, we have Virus Dark Lords. Like I said, I played a lot of Dark Lords. This deck was kind of fucked up, and I do have to admit it's a pretty fucked up deck, and I don't really play it much anymore now, because there's a lot of decks, and especially the one coming up next that I play a lot. But basically what this was, it was full-on Dark Lords with a little tech of Virus cards. Now, I don't know why people don't really play the Virus cards. I don't know. Because it really fucks up a lot of your opponent's plays and shit. Especially a full Force Virus, as you guys can see here. This wasn't a really creative thing. I was just looking for Dark Monster support. And I ended up realizing that the Virus cards were dark support. And so I kind of threw them in. It was actually a good deck because Dark Lord's consistency is fucking amazing, and you could just special summon a shit ton, and then full force virus, you activate it. Most of your opponent's deck is kind of fucked after that. This is a very good first turn deck, and I don't really like going first turn, so that was kind of unique, at least in my opinion, for me and how I play. Next is I recently made a deck profile on this. Is Water the Grass. Or Rage of the Deep Sea OTK. This deck, oh my fucking... This deck is just really fun. Okay, it's 60 card lawn mowing mixed with water monsters, basically. That's all it is. And holy shit. I've had so much fun with this. I figured out Rage of the Deep Sea, and I was like, yeah, okay, the lawn mowing's out. Or the grass is greener, or the grass is tastier on the other side. Whatever the fuck its name is now. This deck I've had so much fun with. I love the Nimble cards, and we have a couple jokes in here with Underwater Burrito and shit like that. It's just a really fun deck, and I kind of wish that deck got more views than it actually has been as of recently. It's just a really fun deck. You mill a bunch, and you call the Haunted, Rage of the Deep Sea, or you send Nimble... one of the Nimble cards, special summon 2, tribute for Rage of Deep Sea, or you special summon 2, tribute for the level 7, make double Treat Toad. It can actually do really good, even if it doesn't have lawn mowing. And in that deck profile, I do show you guys a couple of replays. And so, yeah, I kind of do wish this deck was a little more popular, at least on my channel. And number three, I haven't really set the numbers because they're not really in any order. This is rock defense, abusing Lost Guardian. So basically, your whole point is to just banish a shit ton of rocks in this deck. And me and Carrot sometimes tag duel him playing Empyreon in his Imperial deck. He has a deck profile on his channel, and it could get to an insane defense, especially with D2 shield. Basically, what you would do is you would just banish a bunch, mainly using Block Dragon. Sorry, I had to think a little bit of what his name was. You mainly would abuse Block Dragon in that sense. Search cards, banish from the grave, whatever, you do your thing. And then you would set Lost Guardian. Then your opponent attacks into it. Then it flips up, and then you activate D2 shield. And you'd usually have cannon on the field, right? So you have cannon, you do double the defense battle damage, and you had D2 shield, so it's a fucking defense off the charts. It was just generally fun, kind of trollsy deck, and I did enjoy it. Sorry, I had to text somebody back because she's a little salt. Um, Anyways, that I really like this deck, and if you guys actually want to see a deck profile of this, just like I said, let me know. And yeah, if you guys actually want any explanations on these decks and that kind of stuff, also let me know on that. I'll probably just make a deck profile if you want an explanation, an in-depth explanation on these. This is just a fun top 10 I wanted to make. Number three, I mean this is number two. Well, no, this is number three. Number two? Hold on. Let me actually look at my list here. This is number two. Reversal quiz. Now, this isn't normal reverse quiz, and I know what you guys are thinking. Like, reversal quiz, spell only, which is what a lot of people do. And I didn't make it like that. I did originally make it like that because I remember one of my friends playing it. What this version of reverse quiz that I did was with Convulsion of Nature and Diamond Dude. So what you would do is you would activate Convulsion of Nature, and you would try to get reversal quiz on top of the deck. Then you, of course, you just want to take damage all the time, that kind of stuff, normal things. I did Dark Lords for draw. I did Dark Lord D Heroes for draw engine, and that Dark Lord D Heroes mixed draw engine fucking busted. I promise, it could draw a shit ton. And I made an Exodia deck with it, and it was not okay. So we have Convulsion in Nature flipped up. You summon Diamond Dude. If you have Reversal Quiz on top, you send it to the graveyard. Next turn, if you took enough damage, just activate Reversal Quiz from the deck. Switch your life points. Use the Dark Lord. Special summon. Attack for game. It was fucking amazing, and I actually pulled it off a few times, and it was terrific. And we didn't only do Reversal Quiz with Diamond Dude. You can still activate it normally, and you'd be fine because you have Dark Lords. And usually, if you top deck the card that you want, you can just do a shit ton of damage. So yeah, this was a really good deck, and I just really generally loved playing it. And yeah, almost done here, guys. This is kind of an honorable mention here. This was Gale Dot, and it just wasn't executed properly. Basically, what you do is you try to get Dot out, a Dayot, or whatever the fuck you want to call him. You get him out, summon Gale Dogra, spend 3,000, and send basically anything. You can summon. What I normally did was I sent it's like a Sulkin kind of card, the level 8 or higher one, and send that, and then when Dot leaves, you special summon Crystal Bell. Crystal Bell's effect goes off, or it doesn't go off. You target your card in the graveyard, whatever you sent, get its effect, and then you special summon a bunch of tokens, and it'd be just a giant beater, and people couldn't really get past that beater. And you just attack over for game because it gains the extra 2,000 too from Crystal Bell. So it was a really good thing, and I kind of wish I executed it a little better and put a little more focusing on it. But I didn't, and I'm sorry about that. But if you guys want to see this deck, let me know. Basically, yeah, we're on the last one. It's Scraps. I played a lot of Scraps, and I mean a lot of Scraps. And I only played pure Scraps. I didn't play Metalfoe Scraps. I played pure Scraps. And I've come to love Scraps, really. I kind of made it for fun, and I didn't really think much about it. But Scraps is really fun to play, in my opinion, because they're weird. They're weird. You pop your own stuff to overwhelm your opponent. You pop your own stuff to make better stuff to overwhelm your opponent. And I like that a lot, and I did really like it. Me and Carrot would play Scrap Duo, and he would play Meadowfoe Scraps because he likes Meadowfoe Scraps more. He does him. I liked Pure Scraps, and I really did really like Pure Scraps. And yeah, I'm going to leave this on the thing because I don't know how offset my camera is here. Actually, I could probably check. Hold on. Check. Oh, it's not offset really at all. But yeah. Basically, these are one of the few. These are few decks, by the way. I could have put way more honorable mentions if I wanted to, but these are a few decks, at least this year, that I've created and played a lot this year, and I've really enjoyed these. And like I said, if you guys want to see any of these, let me know. Sorry that my mouth is covered most of the time. I mean, you're gonna see over here a little bit. I'm sorry that I covered it up so much. Most of these decks, and probably if I had to go through this list right here that I have, and I have it on my phone, if I had to go through these decks, my favorite would be Chains Arc. At least these are the ones I'm just gonna go through. Fuck. Okay, I forgot how to put my hand over here. Chains Arc, Fishy Fishy, Dark Lord Immortals, Water the Grass, Scraps, of course. Reverse the Quiz. Reverse the Quiz was really fun. I'd say those 6. If you guys wanted to do top 5, those would probably be the top 5. Mainly one being, as of recently, Chains Arc. Chains Arc and Water the Grass will always be one of my favorite decks that I've ever made. Because it's so... Nobody ever sees it coming, and it's so great. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for the video. Tell me what you guys think about these decks. If I explained it well enough, this is my first top 10, and I didn't really edit it or anything. Just had a shit ton of images and a list on OBS, and just kind of went down. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and as always, I don't know why I did both at the same time. Yeah, leave comments down below and that kind of stuff. But thank you all for watching, and if you guys, I already said that. Thank you all for watching, and have a nice day.